Learning piano under Mr. Stradom and being involved in the Paul Roos music block has drastically changed my life in many ways. Mr. Stradom's so incredibly knowledgeable in the field of classical music, and yet so unique as a teacher in terms of how passionate he is not only about the music, but about teaching it. And for that reason, it's a truly unique experience to have the privilege of learning under him. I used to play the keyboard in primary school and I wasn't planning on continuing into high school, but I remember learning the school song and initiation in my first day in Paul Roos, and Mr. Stradom was playing the piano. I remember being just completely mesmerized by how he played the school song and how virtuosic he made it sound. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, I want to be able to play piano like that. So after initiation, I went and found Mr. Stradom and asked him if I could get lessons with him, and he told me sure, but I needed to audition. So he sat me down and asked me to play absolutely anything, and to this day we still joke about this moment. Because I sat down and played an Imagine Dragons pop song very badly. But for some obscure lesson, and a reason still not known today, he decided to take me on. And to this day it's been the most influential thing in my life to be taught by him. Mr. Stradom's an absolutely incredible pianist and an even better teacher, but beyond that he's been an essential role model in my life, and his perspectives on life never cease to make me stop in my tracks and rethink what I'm doing. From the very first lesson I sat in with Mr. Stradom, I've become incredibly passionate about classical music. Mr. Stradom has guided me through this incredibly vast field with amazing expertise, and every time I start a new piece, it feels like I'm stepping into a completely new world with its own unique characteristics and learning opportunities. But I also think this is where Mr. Stradom is perfectly complemented by Mr. Besaidenout. While classical music is my niche, Mr. Besaidenout's passion for musicals and other more modern forms of music has really stretched me and forced me to adapt and grow. For example, our production of Little Shop of Horrors, which we performed earlier this year, in which I played the keys. Or last week when we went to UCT for an African instruments workshop. My point is that in the music block you're constantly stretched in areas you didn't think possible, and you end up growing in ways you never expected.